Hey everybody, and welcome to Dragon Age Inquisition. I wanted to, I've been looking for a game to kind of get my teeth into a little bit, and I've always been a massive fan of the Dragon Age games. Played Origins, Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition. I think Inquisition now is coming up for 10 years old, which is kind of a bit crazy. But I've always really enjoyed Inquisition. I only ever played through it once. I guess because it is quite a long game, and I never played the DLC. So I kind of want to rectify that and play through it again and do the DLC. Especially as we have the new Dragon Age game coming out, I want to say end of October, which doesn't give me very long to actually finish this game. But I guess I'll get into it now. Dragon Age Inquisition is a very long game. You're probably looking at over 100 hours if you want to do most of the stuff. However, it is very grindy and kind of fetch questy. So what I thought I would do with this playthrough is keep it to the kind of story stuff, the interesting bits, and then that kind of grindy stuff I'll do off camera and kind of all of those little bits there and then. Because I think I was watching a video someone did on it the other day, and they were saying that like it tried to be a bit too Skyrim-y, but it didn't really do what Skyrim did, which is there's lots of interesting little side quests and things to discover. It's more just take 10 of this to this person, or kill this many enemies here, and the game kind of requires you to level up, so you kind of have to do a lot of that stuff, but it doesn't really reward you for it that well. So the actual main game, I think, is really, really good. Story, everything like that. The characters, obviously, fantastic. So I'm super looking forward to the new one coming out, Veilguard. We'll try and keep this playthrough to a kind of reasonable, length on YouTube, as it were. So I've been thinking about what I was going to do for a character. Like, was I going to be a dwarf, Canary, elf? I played human on my the first playthrough, and I always usually just play human because I find it the most simplest. Elf is interesting, but I feel like that's the one everyone goes for. Kunari is also the kind of one which a lot of people go for, so I'm going to play dwarf, I think. Am I going to play dwarf? I kind of have a problem playing dwarfs, I think. They never really get... They are a bit too short for me, I think. But maybe it'll be an interesting playthrough. My thoughts were to either go with two-handed or a kind of dual-wield rogue. You can't be a mage if you're a dwarf. I quite like being a mage, though. Again, now I feel like it's kind of... I kind of feel like we're going to go for the two-handed, the Gimli kind of build, I haven't got any real need, I think, to play on anything but normal. So yeah, I do believe I have a custom world state on Dragon Age Keep. Is it going to... It did import it. Okay. I can't remember what it is. I did it a while ago. If you don't know what that means, it means it carries over your choices from the first two games into Inquisition. I did that many, many years ago. Now I have no idea what it basically involves. So, yeah. Who knows who I've annoyed in the past or killed or saved or whatever, basically. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of playing through Inquisition a bit. I think it still holds up nowadays. It's one of those rare games where it it's a kind of a real-time, but kind of almost strategy-like game rather than action, but it's also pausable. It's interesting. You don't see many of these games anymore. And as I said, I think the story is really cool, really interesting as well. So I am, definitely looking forward to it. There's my little dwarfiness. So, how are we going to do this? I don't really go in for very in-depth kind of character creation, to be honest with you. I like to change hairstyles. I've always felt like hair is one of the things which was a bit of a weakness in the Dragon Age graphics. It's a little bit too kind of shiny. That's quite a cool haircut for a dwarf, I think. And then obviously, if you're a dwarf, you have to have a beard. Is there any... Can you take beards off dwarfs? Because I feel like that should be illegal. Yeah, they just don't look right, do they? You basically need a big beard if you're a dwarf. That's the way of things. Yeah, maybe a few plaits in it as well. I don't know if I want that colour hair. Ooh, it's quite a cool colour hair. I feel like he needs to have a bit more of a darker complexion though. Oh, that's not... Sorry, that would be skin tone, wouldn't it? To kind of pull off that. He's been sunning it a bit, I guess.
You leave me no choice.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Everything you've heard, completely true. You leave me no choice. You leave me no choice.
I just hope I can help.
I feel like both those voices don't suit a dwarf. It needs to be a bit more grumbly.
You leave me no choice. You leave me no choice. As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest. You leave me no choice.
I can't get behind an American
as long as the job
dwarf.
gets done, I don't care about the rest.
Yeah. I just don't think I can get behind an American dwarf. So I think that's okay, actually. I don't think it matters too much, does it? Well, it does to a lot of people, but what I mean is, he's a dwarf. Edrich sounds like a fantastic name. He doesn't look happy, does he? So if you don't know that much about the Dragon Age universe, it is quite kind of Dungeons and Dragon-y, although it's also quite political in some ways. Magic is the kind of real reason behind that. It kind of tears a hole in the void and then lets out all of the bad things, the demons, etc. So there's I'd say it's almost a bit more spiritual than your usual kind of Dungeons and Dragons type of world. And made by BioWare, who people know for things like Mass Effect and stuff like that. There are recurring characters throughout the series. Some of them are companions, some of them just kind of help you, or you might meet across it. I do think Dragon Age Origins is potentially the best in the series, but I don't think it necessarily makes for good videos, because being an older game, there's a lot more kind of reading than there is visuals, shall we say. So I think it's a bit harder to follow, but in terms of the scale and the kind of choices and characters and things, I think it just about edges Inquisition. But it doesn't make Inquisition a bad game, of course. I think it won numerous kind of Game of the Year awards in 2014, so...
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now.
I'll make sure I put subtitles on, so sorry about that.
Everyone who attended is dead, except for you.
And we have the first of many dialogue wheels. I'm gonna just remain silent.
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need him, Cassandra.
I am confused.
I don't understand.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me. But then...
Go to the Ford Camp, Liliana. I will take him to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
I've always loved the kind of costume designs and the kind of thing I always felt like that was really good. The different areas as well are really cool to kind of look at. And of course, having a giant green hole in the sky is an interesting.
It's a massive rift into the world.
Interesting to look
that
at.
Grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that.
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
How could it stop this?
You said maybe the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I'm guilty?
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
I guess if I can help, I will.
I understand.
Then...
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Cassandra was in Dragon Age 2, although not as a playable or companion character.
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people
More
of
of a
Haven
interviewee.
mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did.
Look how short I am.
Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Okay.
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
All things in this world are finite. What one man gains.
Yeah, I still think this game holds up graphically pretty well
Open the gate.
after
We are heading into the
10
valley.
years. I was watching something where someone was saying that graphically games haven't really improved that much as opposed to the jump between, say, the 10 years previous to that, you know, when you had likes of kind of the PlayStation 2 potentially, you know, but we've improved on a few things, but I don't think the leap is going to be that big, and probably in 10 years time you won't see it kind of go as crazy as, or it will be even less, if that makes sense.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you.
A woman
No
was
one.
in the rift behind us. Oh no. Oh, he looks pleasant.
Behind me.
Oh, look at that conveniently placed sword just there, eh? It's clobbering time. Here we go. So as I said before, the Dragon Age games themselves are kind of real-time pausable combat in a kind of strategic way. So you don't. It's not. There's no dodging. There's no rolling. There's no combo kind of pressing buttons fast or parrying or anything like that. It is about using your abilities, being smart with kind of who you're attacking, and that's it really. There's quite a lot of depth to it when you have to control a party of 4 people, but at the minute we're kind of okay. You can see we just have to basically hold R, and we will continuously attack this shade until he runs away from us. It's quite nice to swing around a giant two-handed sword though.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
You need to trust me.
If you're going to lead me through a demon-infested valley, you'll have to trust me.
Give me one reason to trust you.
Because my life is on the line.
You're right. I cannot protect you.
Never understood how
and
she's
I
wielding
cannot
that sword
expect you to
one-handed.
be defenseless.
It's absolutely huge. It's the size of my sword, basically.
I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
Okay.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
So even though we didn't get hit, do we still have to take a potion?
Who are all your
No, we don't.
soldiers?
Good.
At the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
Oh, I think we can wear that helmet potentially. Oh, lovely. The scout code's better, but I'm not sure. Is it too... I maybe can't wear it. That's fine. We'll head through this way. So abilities consume mana and stamina for powerful combat effects. Most abilities require time to pass before reuse.
There! Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
Okay. That's it. Give him a good few whacks. There we go. It's quite satisfying actually. Such a small man holding a giant sword. He does look a little bit like a child in armour though, doesn't he? I think there might be an option to hide helmets, so I might do that at some point. There we go. Take on these guys again.
Up on the hill. It attacks from a distance.
Yes. These guys are not too much trouble to begin with, to be fair. This is very much the kind of tutorial. That was rude. The game can be... Has he just jumped down there? What a son of a gun. Yeah, I think the game... I seem to remember the game being pretty challenging, although I seem to remember the final boss being a bit of a letdown. I seem to remember like steamrolling, but it might have been because I was quite well equipped and armoured and etc, but I think quite often you find in these sort of games, when is the final boss ever that kind of challenging, you know? Skyrim's got exactly the same problem with Alduin. By the time you get to Alduin, you probably beat him in about 10 minutes. 10 seconds, sorry. 10 minutes would be a challenge. Okay, let's get up here and start clobbering. Taunt them a little bit. You'll notice the little kind of metal bits on our health bar. That's the that's your like armor kind of status, I think, and they have to kind of get you with special attacks to break through that, or else it's really slow. So one thing I will say about this is I think it I thought about playing a mage, but I've played a mage a few times before. But I think one thing I always thought was really cool was the animations for the mage combat. I always thought that was super cool. Just where are we going? We're going down this way? No. Yeah, the way they kind of shoot their staff. A lot of the times in these sort of games, the mage just kind of stands there and then they just kind of shoot their staff, and I always feel like it's a little bit boring, but they do. The animations are really cool. For kind of mage combat, which we'll probably see soon. We'll see a mage soon, I'm sure. Yeah, there's one over there. You can see just kind of the way it just kind of spins and twists. I always thought it was really cool.
Yours. I closed that thing. How?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever.
Varric's top
Varric
is
Tempest,
far too open.
rogue,
I'm sorry, that
storyteller,
is ridiculous.
occasionally unwelcome tag along.
You're with the Chantry.
Are you with the Chantry, or?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events. It's good to meet you, Barry.
You may reconsider that stance in time.
Oh, I'm sure we'll become great friends in the valley, Chuckles.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
Varric is a recurring character.
I am
You
pleased
didn't
to
know?
see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
You know about the mark?
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well versed in such matters.
technically all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
If I can close the breach, I will.
Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well, Bianca's excited.
Bianca's his crossbow. If you didn't know.
This way, down the bank.
Yes,
The
this
road
way,
ahead
but
is
also what's up here?
We must move quickly.
Absolutely nothing. Oh no, there's some loot here. There we go. So now we have a party of 4. Oh, there is jumping as well. Woohoo! I can't remember if it's the first Dragon Age game with jumping in it, you know?
Demons ahead.
Glad you brought
Demons.
me now, Seeker.
Okay, so we can go into the tactical camera and we can issue commands. So we could tell Cassandra to attack that shade. We can tell Solace to attack the Wraith. Oh, I might get him to attack that one, and then I'll take the greater shade. And then you can either kind of do it that or you can there we go. I kind of taunted them so they attack me, which is better than them attacking the slightly weaker 2 Varric and Solace. Cassandra can obviously hold her own. Keep him stunned with our big chopper. I don't tend to use the tactical camera that much unless it's a particularly difficult fight. I find I'm playing on normal, you can easily just kind of go through the game without ever using it, but it's an option there, and I think when you get to the higher difficulty levels, it's pretty essential. You don't find that many games nowadays which kind of have that sort of option for you.
So, are you innocent? I don't remember what happened. That'll get you every time.
Oh, I need to put on subtitles, don't I? Sorry if I forgot. Where do we find subtitles? Audio? There we go. Conversations and ambient. Oh, and let's put it at large.
Run a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Okay, we've got some more folks over here. Give them a bit of a taunt, so they focus on me. Get rid of the weaker ones. There we go. And I think that's everyone.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
We are indeed almost there.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly!
They keep coming.
Okay, so I think if excuse me, that's very rude. Thank you. Right, so I think if I disrupt it, it will kind of stun the enemies. That's better, and then we can go and kill them. Oh, it's already done that one.
Use the mark.
And then we can close it. I always enjoy this animation as well. He swings his right arm around for no apparent reason, just because it looks cool. Okay, we have leveled up. So we are. So within your kind of thing, you have like some options to level. So we could switch to weapon and shield if we wanted. I don't particularly want to. We could also. Thank you. We already have the ability here of Mighty Blow, Block and Slash. Don't think I want that just yet. Don't think I want that. What else have we got? War Cry. Charging Ball. Oh, that's kind of fun. Yes, the grappling chain. And then that has... That'll be fun to use.
Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
We are clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Okay. Is there a supply cache then? Oh, there it is. I don't think we used a single potion actually, to be completely honest, so... A little bit weird. Oh, we've got some loot here. A completely useless staff.
Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Valroyo to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
A thug.
We
How
serve
rude.
the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead. We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
I'm standing right here.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't even be here. Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
So my view would be to probably go through the mountain path. Maybe some casualties. Scouts in the past might be lost, so either way you're going to lose people. Farrak approves, Cassandra slightly disapproves.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
The valley?
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
Never liked that guy. So we're going to go through the mountain pass. Lovely. We are, however, going to continue on with this next episode. So I'm planning on doing a few and trying to get this kind of fairly regularly up, so that we perhaps have some slightly shorter episodes, but you know, we kind of get some progress, especially to begin with anyway. So yeah, we're going to kind of leave it there for now, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode as we carry on to the temple.